If you've been scrolling through a dozen adjustable bases, reading endless specs, and still feel stuck wondering which one will actually make bedtime feel less like a chore, you're not alone. I've been in that exact spot, juggling the idea of a luxury feel against the fear of ending up with a piece of furniture that looks great, but doesn't hold up when you actually need it. That uncertainty is why I'm breaking down the Beautyrest baselogic Platinum adjustable base for a Twin XL, so you can see if it truly earns its price tag or if you'd be better off saving for something else. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First off, let's talk about why an adjustable base matters in everyday life. For a lot of us, the day ends with a quick flop onto the mattress, a few minutes of scrolling, and then the alarm for the next morning. If you suffer from neck stiffness, acid reflux, or just need a little elevation to read without straining, the ability to raise the head or feet can be a game changer. The baselogic Platinum gives you that flexibility, but the real question is whether its execution feels natural or if you'll be fighting the remote every night. The remote itself is a soft-touch controller with an LCD screen, which feels more premium than the clicky plastic boxes you see on cheaper models. In practice, the screen is bright enough to read in a dark bedroom, and the buttons have just enough travel to avoid accidental presses. I found that when I wanted a subtle incline, say, 15 degrees for reading, the remote nudged the head section into place within a couple of seconds, without that jerky motion you sometimes get with lower-priced bases. That smoothness comes from the internal motor design, which isn't something you can see on a spec sheet, but becomes evident the moment you start using it. One of the standout lifestyle features is the foldable design. The base breaks down into a more compact form for storage or moving, something that's surprisingly handy if you're a college student or you tend to rearrange your room every few months. The legs themselves stack in 3-inch increments, allowing you to raise the entire frame if you need extra clearance for underbed storage or just want a higher profile. In my own setup, I used the 6-inch option to accommodate a set of drawers that slide beneath the mattress, and the transition was seamless, no wobbling. No need to readjust after a night of sleep. USB charging ports are another practical perk. The base includes both USB-A and USB-C outlets, so you can charge a phone, tablet, or even a small lamp without needing an extra power strip. I kept a reading light plugged in while I was propped up with the head at a 30-degree angle, and the lamp stayed powered throughout the night. That little convenience might sound minor, but when you're already juggling cords, having them built into the base reduces clutter. Now, let's look at the downsides, because no product is flawless. The biggest trade-off I noticed is the price point. While the brand name and the extra features justify a higher cost compared to budget models, it still sits in the premium range. If you're only looking for basic head tilt functionality, you could find a simpler base for a fraction of the price. Additionally, the zero clearance profile, which is supposed to give a sleek look with removable legs, can make the mattress feel a bit sunk when the legs are fully retracted. That's fine if you like a low-profile aesthetic, but if you're taller or have a thicker mattress, you might find the head or foot sections a touch lower than you'd expect when fully lowered. Another nuance is the assembly. The 4-in-1 legs are marketed as easy to assemble, and they do come with clear instructions, but you still need a decent amount of space on the floor to line everything up. For a Twin XL, it's manageable, yet if you're in a cramped bedroom, the process can feel cramped, pun intended. I recommend having a friend help you lift and align the legs, especially when you're stacking them in the 12-inch configuration. Who should buy this? If you're a student living in a dorm or a young professional who frequently moves, the foldable nature and built-in USB ports are practical. It also shines for anyone who uses their bed for more than just sleeping. Think readers, gamers, or people who watch movies in bed and want that recliner feel without buying a separate chair. The remote's LCD and smooth motor action make it a good fit for those who value a slightly more upscale experience and don't mind paying a bit extra for the brand reputation. Who should skip it? If your budget is tight, or you only need a simple head tilt for occasional use, you'll likely get better bang for your buck elsewhere. Also, if you have a very thick mattress, say, a pillow top hybrid over 14 inches, make sure the zero clearance design still gives you enough clearance, because the base's lower profile can limit how much you can elevate the head without